I don't remember if I'd watched it before, if I'd turned it on and then completely ignored it, because it was one of those anthologies, and it was the dumbest thing ever. Like, the premise of it was that an uncle was telling his nephew some stories, but the stories were really irresponsible stories. Like, the first one I remember had like a lot of like bloodshed or something, but I don't remember any of the details because it's been like 6 months since I started it. And then the second one was already most of the way through, but it was very obvious werewolf story, and it was like Little Red Riding Hood, only if it was in a contemporary setting and it was a werewolf instead of a wolf. And the werewolf had gotten to Grandma's house, and I don't remember why he wanted help from Red Riding Hood, but he was like, I need to see, Rachel or whatever her name was. And the grandma was like, no, I'm not gonna let you in. And he's like, okay, well, I guess I'll sit outside. And so he's waiting for Red Riding Hood to come back, but she's off with her boyfriend. And then eventually, I guess basically he just turns into a werewolf and he smashes into the house and attacks the grandma, and he's running around. And the boyfriend and Red Riding Hood come back, and he kills the boyfriend. And Red Riding Hood is like, this is all my fault somehow. And then she kills the wolf with Grandma's silver cutlery. And they take the grandma to the hospital because she's okay, but then she's a werewolf, and so she attacks Red Riding Hood.
Naturally.
And it's like, that was actually the least dumb thing about the entire thing from what I remember. And then the last story is like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, only it's like if the bears were people and escapees from a mental ward, and Goldilocks was also an escapee from a mental ward, but she had psychic powers. And instead of like there being antagonism, like they show up at their house because she's been in their house, and they're like, someone's touched all our stuff and been pretty nasty about it. Then they find her and they're like, let's join forces, and then they do, and they're like bank robbers and murderers together. And it was possibly the worst acted thing I've ever seen.
Worse than Birdemic?
Okay, there's bad, like the people don't know they're acting and are just maybe actually like machines just reading out text. And then there's this, which is like display all the emotions you can think of as much as you can in rapid succession. Like be happy and sad now, both go. And then you're like, I don't know which thing I'm acting as, but I'll just try it all. And the the guy that was supposed to be Baby Bear or whatever, the son of the couple, I was so sure he was like either Frank Armisen on steroids, or he was like a sibling or in some way related to him, because he was like a Frank Armisen lookalike.
Did you look him up?
Well, he had credits at the end. His name was not anything like Armisen or whatever. And I'm guessing probably not related, just really uncanny lookalike. And then the movie kind of finished with the uncle going downstairs like, stop bothering me, kid. And then the kid's like frog puppet becomes like a monster and attacks him. And the uncle's like, eh. That was that movie.
What was it called? Do you remember?
Dead Time Stories.
Dead Time Stories. All right. I will put this up on my Facebook page.
No.
Yeah, it's going on YouTube.
No way.